good morning and welcome to ICAO celebration of the United Nations World Environment Day. My name is Jane Hoopy and I'm the Chief of the Environment Branch at ICAO. Unfortunately, I cannot be with you today as I'm representing ICAO at the UNFCCC Climate Change Talks in Bonn. World Environment Day is one of the principal vehicles through which the United Nations stimulates worldwide awareness of environmental challenges, thereby enhancing political attention and action. As you are aware, this year, the focus is on small islands developing states, the SIDS. The official slogan for this year is "Raise your voice, not the sea level." You might be asking yourselves, how does this theme relate to aviation sector, or in particular to the activities carried out by ICAO? Aviation is, in fact, the lifeline linking small island developing states with the outside world. For SIDS, aviation represents a key facilitator to achieve sustainable development. Many of the impacts from climate change highlighted in the latest IPCC Fifth Assessment Report, the scientific report on the effect on climate change, such as intensifying storms and droughts, sea level rise, ocean acidification, are of particular concern to SIDS. But these possible effects of climate change on SIDS are also of concern to the aviation community, as for example, many airports in these low-lying coastal islands could be facing floods and extreme weather events that would significantly disrupt aviation operations. We will need to look more closely at how to best adapt to these possible scenarios by exploring alternative solutions, including the use of seaplanes, water barriers, new airport design, use of alternative energy sources, and other adaptation measures. The robust capacity building strategy put in place over the last triennium by ICAO has enabled the submission of states' action plans on CO2 emissions reduction from international aviation by member states that represent over 80% of global international air traffic. Due to these successful results, many international institutions recognize the value of this initiative, and ICAO was able to secure two different sources of green funding. One from the Global Environment Fund, the GEF, and the other from the European Commission, EC, to help states to further develop and implement their action plan. Recognizing the importance of air transport to the sustainable development of small island developing states, we have included SIDS in both our joint climate change assistance projects with GEF and the European Commission. One project, funded by the EC, will target the Dominican Republic and Trinidad and Tobago. It will support the development of action plans for these islands and the implementation of some of their measures. Under the project funded by the GEF, it is proposed that a project on the use of renewable energy in the aviation sector be implemented in Jamaica as a pilot project that could be replicated in other states. I believe that the success of these projects will pave the way for further assistance to SIDS. As you probably know, this year the UN will convene a major conference on SIDS in Apia, Samoa, from 1st to 4th September. It is an opportunity to highlight the world the importance of a sustainable air transport for SIDS and showcase the concrete work being undertaken by ICAO with these states. We encourage ICAO member states to highlight this fundamental role of international aviation for the sustainable development of SIDS. Energy independence in SIDS through renewable energy technologies and the adoption of energy efficiency measures is also supported by ICAO. As a global facilitator for the development and deployment of sustainable alternative fuels for aviation, we have recently participated in the longest commercial flight with sustainable jet fuel from Amsterdam to Aruba and Bonaire. This flight took off from the 20% blend of sustainable fuel made of used cooked oil for a 10-hour flight from Schiphol Airport to the Dutch Caribbean island, despite the highest cost of using alternative fuels compared to conventional kerosene. It was just the first of a series of 20 commercial biojet fuel flights to these Caribbean Seas islands performed by KLM. This initiative is just one example of the kind of activities that can be undertaken in order to foster and promote the sustainable development of aviation in SIDS. To conclude, I would like to remind you, World Environment Day is a day for people from all walks of life to come together to ensure a cleaner, greener, and brighter outlook for themselves and future generations. By celebrating World Environment Day, we remind ourselves and others of the importance of caring for our environment. This year, I encourage everyone to celebrate World Environment Day and to think about the challenge of small island developing states. Take inspiration from their efforts to address climate change, strengthen resilience, and work for a sustainable future. Raise your voice, not the sea level.